So today we are going to discuss about the wage fund theories. So most of you would be aware of these theories. So I'll just give a short description about these theories. So we can see what all are the wage fund theories. Today we are going to discuss about the subsistence theory, wage fund theory, surplus value theory, resident claimant theory, demand and supply theory, bargaining theory. So what is the subsistence theory? In subsistence theory, they are telling you should only pay a subsistent amount of wage to the employee. Subsistent amount means very like less amount. I mean, that amount would be only enough for the employees to meet their basic needs. So this is what they are telling in the subsistence theory. So your what they are telling is like if you give more wages, so many people will come for that particular job. So again, the wage is going to decrease. So this is what subsistence theory. It is actually connected with providing subsistent or minimum wages for the employees. And next is wage fund theory. So in this wage fund theory, what they're telling is like you should actually what a company do is like they have earnings or profit. From that profit, a certain amount they will set aside for giving the wages to the employees. So that amount, what they've set aside to give the wages to the employees, that is what we are calling as the wage fund. So here what happens is like, suppose if the wage fund is already created. So for example, just think a company, they actually created the wage fund and the wage fund is rupees 100. Now you are adding 10 employees. So what happens is like each employee is going to get only 10 rupees. But I told you, the wage fund is already created and it is 100 rupees. They have only 2 employees. So now each employees will get rupees 50 each. So this is what we tell in the wage fund. It is already created. So it is not going to change. If they put 100 rupees, that is what they are going to give as wage, total wages. So here when the number of employees increase, there is a chance for the wage to be decreased. And next is surplus value theory. So the surplus value theory, it is actually Karl Marx on this talked about the surplus value theory. So here what he is telling is like the surplus, it is already taken by the employers. So when if there is any extra profit or whatever it is there, that will be taken by the employer. They won't give it to the employee. So this is what the surplus value theory means. Next is the resident claimant theory. So the resident claimant theory, they are telling there are 4 factors of production. So we all know what are the 4 factors of production: land, labor, capital, and the entrepreneurship. So here what happens is like we have to give rent to the land. And next is like when it comes to the entrepreneurship, we have to give the profit. And capital, the invested capital, we have to provide the interest, and labor, we have to provide the wages. So according to this theory, first we need the expenses on the other 3 factors, and at last only we are going to give the labor. So we are going to give the rent for the land, and then what we'll do is like we'll give the interest, interest will be provided to the capital, and next is the for the entrepreneurship we'll give the profit. After that, what is left, with that we are going to give the wages to the laborers. And next is the demand and supply theory. So this as we tell, when the supply is more, there are the chances for the when we have more supply of labors, we may give less wage. So this is what they are telling. The same demand and supply theory apply here also. Next is the bargaining theory. So in the bargaining theory, they are telling the bargaining power of the employer, and employee could also fix the wage. For example, if the employer is having the more bargaining power, then he can fix the wage. If employee or trade union is having the more bargaining power, then they are going to fix the wage. So here, whoever is having the more bargaining power, they are going to fix the wage. So this is what wage fund theories are telling.